Let's find out indeed. TOPAV and MADREAMDY. We've got their round one match here. Probably taking it into a game 5 as well. TOPAV with the first pick. Pre-bands coming out now.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting how they favor the bans and pre-bans here. But MADREAMDY taking out the Yan Hong, which is really interesting here. I'm not sure if he should have taken that out, given the fact that he has that unit here. TOPAV is going to be free to take an Oliver first or Masha first. I think it's going to be one of the two here because TOPAV does like to play aggressive and dictate the flow of the match. So should be one of the two. Goes with the Oliver. Given the fact that MADREAMDY has the Pontos, makes a lot of sense.
Some quick drafting happening right here. TOPAV with the Oliver. MADREAMDY responding with the Water Ryu and Masha coming out here. TOPAV looking to respond to these two units on the side of MADREAMDY.
So far, some very normal picks here. We should see a segment coming out from TOPAV if he wants to continue pushing turn 1 here. The Moore is going to give MADREAMDY the ability to do a lot of damage here. And the Masha is going to give him the ability to snipe out the Oliver. TOPAV doubles down on his AoE play with the Praha and Changpeng, which is going to leave him a little open to if MADREAMDY has a segment or decides to want to play a little bit more aggressive here. But so far, TOPAV is looking like he wants to push the action.
MADREAMDY locking or hovering over that Juno. TOPAV locking the Praha and that Changpeng as well.
Yeah, TOPAV here, I think MADREAMDY is looking for a full turn 2 here if he's going to go with the Juno. Goes with the Dark Onimusha. I really don't like this pick here. I think TOPAV is going to finish this AoE, this draft of AoE units here. So we're probably going to see something like a Fire Bison. If he had an Eludia would be an amazing pick here. Like an Eludia Wunso or something like that. Too much to ask for though. A Tian Lang would also be amazing here. But instead, TOPAV goes with the Nano, which is kind of an interesting counter pick here. Does go with aggression with the Molong. So interesting pick on the Molong, is looking to play a long game with that Praha Molong synergy, and then Changpeng basically to take advantage of the game as we go over time. He might be looking to take out the Dark Onimusha because it is one of the major sources of damage on the MADREAMDY side.
Well, most definitely. I think that Dark Onimusha is kind of scary. It's able to put out a ton of damage here. Savannah wrapping up MADREAMDY's draft, and bans are coming out.
So we're going to see a double strip coming out from TOPAV's side here in the Praha and the Changpeng. Savannah's going to have to be banned because it does so much damage. It does swing the match a little much. But TOPAV's going to be able to have that Changpeng present AoEs. MADREAMDY's going to need to be able to snipe out that Changpeng early. Otherwise, he's going to face a lot of aggression on return.
Well, MADREAMDY is going to be taking first turn with that Water Ryu, with that second skill available, looking for some full team strips here. Does get that full team strip, leaving Masha with a lot of units in its focus right now, not getting the defense break on top of the Changpeng. Changpeng is still alive.
That's an absolutely massive resistive defense break there. It allows TOPAV to survive. Otherwise, you would have seen that Juno auto attack that Changpeng and take it out, and you would have seen Dark Onimusha remove that Changpeng from the field. Instead, TOPAV's still going to have his Changpeng available, and he's going to be able to reset attack bars of MADREAMDY and start setting up his next turns.
Yep, definitely is. Has all skills available on top of that Changpeng. Nana did lose that orb here. You're going to see Serious Matter coming out on top of the defense broken units of MADREAMDY. Still have more damage that can come out from TOPAV.
Yeah, TOPAV's basically going to cleave his opponent down. Skill 2 from the Molong is going to do a lot of damage. Going to give Nana some orbs here. So going to lay that skill 2 down, and TOPAV's going to be looking really good here. But again, that Dark Onimusha is going to be able to revive and do some damage with TOPAV looking like he's in command here.
Most definitely. Sleeps are going down right here. Masha with no skills available. A little bit of poke damage going on to the Changpeng, and a Despair Stone's coming out of the Juno. No Despair Stone's coming out of Juno here. First skill is going to go right on top of that Dark Onimusha, looking to get rid of him as soon as possible. Little turn right here with the defense break landing on top of the Changpeng. Reckless Assault is available.
Reckless Assault's available. Takes out the Juno here. MADREAMDY's not going to be able to come back. TOPAV has 2 stacks on this Nana, and this is a big advantage for TOPAV.
Yeah, massive advantage from TOPAV. Excellent play from him. Excellent draft coming out of TOPAV. With a bit of damage coming towards the Changpeng. Changpeng staying alive here. No attack bar pushback, but that's definitely going to be it for this Dark Onimusha.
Definitely going to be it. TOPAV's going to go up 1-0 in this match here. MADREAMDY just taking his time here. Looks like we have a pause here. Some Wi-Fi might be going down here, but again, this one's over. Even if tournament officials were to come in, I really think this favors TOPAV here. You could put this match in the hands of my 2-year-old, and I think my 2-year-old would find a way to come out ahead.
Most definitely. We're definitely going to see a Dark Onimusha disappearing here, and it would just be a lonely Masha, the only unit to try and take how many orbs away from Nana? Too many orbs for that Masha to deal with.
I would not take one of those 3 units out in the pre-ban because you're going to get 2 back in return. I think those are the strongest units in this matchup. So Obviously, we'll see what happens in this match, but I think it's pretty obvious who's going to win this one.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I don't see Masha burning through all those orbs sitting on top of the Nana, but MADREAMDY's going to do what he can. And that's going to be taking out that Chungpung. Chungpung's going to revive from the Nana, and he's going to continue that damage into the Chungpung, being the easiest unit to remove from the field.
And TOPAV being an absolute gentleman and not hitting the auto button here, letting MADREAMDY take his time. But this match is pretty good.
100%. Juno is there to finish off. TOPAV taking round 1 away from MADREAMDY.
Very strong draft from TOPAV's side. I mean, he had 2 AoE strips. Praha, Chungpung had aggression coming out there. Molong able to snipe out units. I'm not exactly a fan of the draft that MADREAMDY had when he played the Dark Onimusha. It was a little too passive. I know there's a lot of damage coming out of Dark Onimusha, but when I say passive, it doesn't give you first turn aggression, and you don't have the support to be able to enable that unit. He doesn't have the ability to boost his team. I mean, he pre-banned the Yunhong, which is something he could have used at some point. So, not exactly sure about MADREAMDY's draft, and TOPAV took advantage, went AoE cleave, and that's exactly what he needed to win this match.
Definitely not going to count MADREAMDY out of this at all for sure. So we're getting into a round 2 between MADREAMDY and TOPAV. MADREAMDY being the second runner-up in America's Cup last year, making it to Worlds. Let's see how he fares in this round 2 against TOPAV.
So TOPAV is going to get 2 picks here. MADREAMDY's going to have first pick. So it'll be interesting to see what they decide to pre-ban here. If I'm TOPAV, I don't pre-ban any of the Oliver, Masha, Yunhong units, because you know you're going to get 2 of them in return. If I'm MADREAMDY, and if I'm TOPAV, I may want to actually pre-ban the Nana to enable an AoE aggression comp here. I think that would make a lot of sense. But I'm not, we'll see if they've thought that far down. MADREAMDY, if I'm MADREAMDY, I probably don't want to deal with the aggression. So I would probably take out the Chungpung or take out some sort of a Praha play to remove options that TOPAV has of being able to cleave or sustain. TOPAV really can swing either way, and MADREAMDY should be thinking about how to disrupt that.
3 bans locked in. Dark Onimusha and Masha going to be getting the pre-bans here.
Dark Onimusha is an interesting pre-ban. TOPAV probably just wants to take it out because he doesn't want to see if it doesn't want to face procs from that. MADREAMDY is probably going to take a Yunhong first, but I think Oliver's a little bit better of a pre-ban or first pick. So there we go. Oliver's a little bit better here. TOPAV likely going to need to rely on Yunhong at some point, but if he does, a Yunhong Dominic is probably what he would need. And I don't think TOPAV has a Dominic, given the fact that he's pre-banned it in previous matches. So probably some sort of a turn 2 play coming out from him. But it's really tough to say at this point. I mean, he hasn't even laid down his first 2 picks. But if I were to guess, probably some sort of a Yunhong Shizuka, Yunhong Nana, or something like that to deny MADREAMDY from getting the Yunhong.
Ooh, more and Yunhong are the drafts from TOPAV to kick it off here in this round 2.
So TOPAV is basically signaling that he wants to go Chungpung, and MADREAMDY wisely goes with a Chungpung and denies TOPAV those picks here. So if I'm TOPAV here, if TOPAV has a Tomo, that would be a really solid pick. Some way to lock down MADREAMDY. I think TOPAV is pretty committed into going turn 1. Juno is a fair pivot as well. He could lay down Juno and go full turn 2. And that's exactly where he's choosing to go. So he kind of leaves his options open with the Juno and a Sekhmet here.
Juno and Sekhmet in for TOPAV's draft here. MADREAMDY looking to respond to the probably very fast Sekhmet.
Yeah, MADREAMDY is kind of in a weird spot here. He doesn't have a lot of bursts here, and he's going to have that Sekhmet that's going to be able to disrupt his team. TOPAV is going to need a middle speed, like plus 280, somewhere around their AoE unit to capitalize on the advantage that Sekhmet and more is going to give him. MADREAMDY is going to need to disrupt his turn 2 action. Goes with the Nana and the Molong, so that's going to leave him wide open to like a Charlotte, or something that's going to give TOPAV an AoE advantage. So some sort of a Savannah Charlotte, some mix of that, some AoE play is what I would expect out of TOPAV to push this advantage and take turn 1, and probably looking to ban out either the Oliver or the Nana.
Yeah, definitely. I think he'd be banning out the Oliver here, removing that speed lead as well to really ensure that he's going to be taking that first turn here with all of the units that he's going to be drafting. Let's see what TOPAV's last pick is, and it is going to be the Charlotte.
Yeah, and exactly as I call it here, TOPAV's draft really looks like he's teeing into an AoE unit last pick here, and we saw that Charlotte earlier. So Charlotte makes a lot of sense. He has either a Moore opening into a Charlotte, or he has a Yunhong opening up a hole with a Sekhmet also opening up another hole, removing Will to give the Charlotte an opening. And we'll also see how that Juno speed to him. I think we're going to see an Oliver removal just to give TOPAV turn 1, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a Nana removal as well. But Oliver probably makes the most sense.
Ooh, Nana's gonna get the ban here, letting the Oliver through. Charlotte's gonna get the ban as well. 33 speed lead for MADREAMDY. Is that gonna be enough to take turn 1 over TOPAV?
Well, TOPAV is definitely gonna have turn 1 with that segment here, but he might not have enough damage going to MADREAMDY, so MADREAMDY just needs to survive, needs to use that Molong and that Chung Pong to take an advantage in this game.
Ooh, Sekhmet does get the reset on top of that Molong. Molong has no skills available to him.
Yeah, Molong does not have skills available, but there is a Chung Pong on the field. There's going to be a lot of damage coming out from this Chung Pong, so TOPAV is going to either need to stun or need to do a lot with his turns here because MADREAMDY has a very, very good turn 2 play coming along.
Most definitely, and Yanhong getting that strip on top of the Chung Pong is just not something we get to see often, so actually nailed it there. No despair stun coming out of that Juno.
That's great that you point that out. TOPAV missed that 85%er 4 times in a row last time. So TOPAV able to get that strip from that Yanhong, but again, needs to find some way to get some damage onto this Chung Pong. Does have that Juno moving soon and does have that segment, so that might be his window of opportunity to take out this Chung Pong.
Most definitely Oliver with skill 2 into that more. We got defense break protection coming out on top of the Yanhong as well. We got big skill 2, Curse of Beautiful, landing true on almost everybody.
Yeah, and TOPAV able to take out that Chung Pong, so that's a massive takeout here. But again, MADREAMDY does have that Molong that's going to have skill 3 coming up soon. That Oliver is basically resetting all of TOPAV's units, so TOPAV really needs to get a few resists going, needs to lay in some damage into that Molong.
Goes with that skill 3. Everyone has those debuffs there, but the heal's not going to be available for that Juno onto the Yanhong. That unit's definitely going to get removed the field from either the Chung Pong or the Molong.
Kind of an interesting choice to revive that Chung Pong there. Almost feels like MADREAMDY forgot that Chung Pong was reset there. TOPAV looking a little rough here. Needs to down that Molong there because that Molong's very threatening. If he can down that Molong, that's his window to win because Juno would solo the remaining 2 units here. Does go for the Hail Mary strip and does get a giant stun onto the Oliver.
Definitely a big stun indeed on top of that Oliver. He has to keep that unit back or else it's just going to go off with that skill 3 and that's not at all what TOPAV needed to see.
That's why he's called Procty. He's called Procty for a reason there. That Oliver getting a proc on command. TOPAV does need to lay some damage in this Molong. That Molong only has 1 more turn of defense break there. So TOPAV needs to take down this Molong here. Might have the chance to do so.
Does have a little bit of window opportunity here, but we got that 3rd skill going out on top of the Sekhmet. Sekhmet's going to get reset with it as well. A little bit of poke damage coming towards the Juno. I do not see Juno doing a solo here if that's what ends up happening.
Juno should be able to solo a Shizuka and an Oliver here. And so TOPAV needs to take out this Molong. Molong did not land defense break last time. Does land it this time, so we're going to see Sekhmet go down. But Juno's going to return the favor and kill this Molong.
Well, let's see what happens. We've got Shizuka with skills available. Could throw down a skill 2 here to save the Molong for a little longer. He may go for it. Chooses to actually put that soul protection up.
Chooses to save that Molong here. We'll see if that Juno still has its strip up. If that Juno has its strip up, TOPAV should go for it. Does not have the strip up, so kind of unfortunate in this situation here. He's gonna have to go for a stun onto the Oliver and try to survive and do a little bit of damage here.
Here comes a big skill 2. Finishes off the Sekhmet there. We're gonna see a lot of attack bar pushback coming out of this Oliver.
Yeah, but this Oliver does reset the skill of Juno for 1 turn here, so that's pretty big. Molong's going to have skills online very soon. Juno might not be able to hang in there.
Might not be able to. Here comes that 3rd skill. A lot of negative effects going to get applied on top of the Juno, including that defense break, which is rather large. Does he choose to go for the Reckless Assault, or skill 1 goes for that Reckless, finishes off that Juno. MADREAMDY responds and takes round 2.
Wow, a lot of back and forth there again, as always. And that one, TOPAV just did not have enough burst, not enough damage to take out MADREAMDY's units, and that's really what it came down to. Just a lot of back and forth. We had a big proc on that Oliver as well to prevent that, to take out that Moor. If that Oliver didn't proc, I think that Moor would have taken out that Molong. And that's exactly what this comes down to, right? When you have 2 evenly matched players, it's going to come down to procs, right? You have a probability to win going in, whether to hit, to reset, how many times they have to proc against you, and then it just comes down to that playing out, right? The point of a good draft is to get yourself the highest percentage to win, and then afterwards, it just depends on how your luck is that day.
Oliver procking is a terrifying unit. He's able to be super oppressive. Just keep reducing your attack bars and resetting your units over and over. Definitely not something you want to see proc out of anything at all.
Yeah, I mean, that Oliver just a very oppressive unit, and that's why MADREAMDY favors that over a Masha. That's why he also pre-banned that Masha, to take that Oliver first pick. TOPAV's going to have a first pick here, so we'll see what he takes out. I think TOPAV likely going to have to take out one of the Oliver Masha units here. Instead goes with the Shizuka. MADREAMDY takes out the Oliver, so TOPAV is most likely going to lay down that Masha. That Masha really is going to be able to, just set up his aggression. So I think TOPAV is going to lay down a Masha, and we're going to see MADREAMDY go with some sort of a Moor and some other unit counterplay. TOPAV goes for Nana instead, though. Interesting.
Yeah, Nana first pick coming out of TOPAV. MADREAMDY going to be responding with 2 units to kick off his draft here as we get into round 3 between MADREAMDY and TOPAV.
TOPAV probably figures with a Nana first pick that MADREAMDY is less likely to take a Masha here, but if I'm MADREAMDY, I would take that Masha because I don't really want to let TOPAV have it. So I think Masha with a Changpeng would be a very good counter pick here. This would be a very strong way to play back. A Moor and Masha is also okay, and Changpeng's also okay. You want to deny the Changpeng from TOPAV side because that would enable Charlotte and Praha and a whole bunch of AoE units. So right now, TOPAV is basically facing what looks to be the beginning of an AoE cleave with the Dark Onimusha coming in to do damage at the end.
Well, let's see if TOPAV can read into the draft already with that Water Ryu in Changpeng. TOPAV looking to draft a couple units himself against these, and we have a Masha and Ciara getting drafted by TOPAV.
Yeah, so TOPAV definitely wants to go, again, not wanting to give up turn 1 off the bat. Goes with the aggression, goes with the Masha. I like that Masha play here. Allows him to basically keep his band open here. And that Ciara might be able to do a lot of damage over time.
See if it's going to be enough here going up against MADREAMDY. MADREAMDY with 2 other units. Now he's already signaling an AoE cleave. Let's see if he keeps this route and brings out more AoE. Pontos is going to be coming to the field, and the Nikki.
Interesting pick of the Nikki. I don't think we've seen that unit too often in SWC. I do like the Pontos pick. It's really strong to anything TOPAV has on the field. TOPAV needs a segment here. He needs a first turn threat to be able to reset a Pontos, a Nikki, a Changpeng, so the segment has to be chosen. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like an Ethna come in if he wants to push in more damage, to be able to lock down 2 units and then proceed to do more damage here. That's kind of what he's looking at, or more AoE strips, and, in this case, he lays down a Juno. So we see that segment, that first turn unit, and then a Juno just to give him a little bit more overtime, which is a great pick into a Pontos, great pick into a Changpeng.
Yep, double speed lead for MADREAMDY, though. Definitely wanted to take that first turn over TOPAV. His last pick wrapping up his draft is going to be a Joe Gun.
Interesting pick of the Joe Gun here. So if I'm MADREAMDY, I'm probably looking to ban out that Sekhmet, use Joe Gun to remove Nana from the field here. If I'm TOPAV, I probably am content to ban the last pick, to be honest. That Joe Gun presents a lot of volatility. It's either Joe Gun or the Nana. I'm not as scared of the Changpeng because I have 3 fire units in play if I'm TOPAV. So it's going to be either the Nikki or the Joe Gun here. And if I'm MADREAMDY here, that Sekhmet looks, yeah, exactly. So that Sekhmet looks dangerous. So we're going to see TOPAV try to do some damage. He needs to survive that initial onslaught of Joe Gun, Changpeng, Water Ryu. And if he's able to do so, that Ciara should be able to do a lot of work.
Well, let's see what happens, guys. We get into round 3 with MADREAMDY and TOPAV. Water Ryu with skill 2. Looking for some value on TOPAV, getting full strips.
Yeah, MADREAMDY is going to get the exact opener he wants. I mean, he has more to open for him, and then has a Changpeng and a Joe Gun, so it's going to be a lot of damage. But TOPAV also has a Nana, does have a Masha that, does have to be dismounted here. So we'll see if TOPAV is able to survive. If he's able to survive, he has a great turn 2 play. If not, this one's going to be a Hadouken!
Yep, most definitely. That double despair stun coming out of the Joe Gun. Extra powerful there. Not able to dismount that Masha just yet, but Changpeng may have what it takes to get that dismount on top of the Masha. Not just yet either.
Yeah, MADREAMDY is very wise about preserving that skill 3 until it's absolutely needed. Does save it there, so TOPAV's not really going to have a good playback here. Masha's not going to be able to do anything for 2 turns here. So MADREAMDY is going to be able to push an advantage, and that Orb on Nana looks like it's not going to be able to do much.
Ooh, Juno is back in time to get some strips on all those buffs on top of the MADREAMDY, but not able to get the strip on top of the Joe Gun. Joe Gun able to dismount the Masha here. We get a first skill, able to take advantage of one of the defense broken units of TOPAV.
Yeah, and if I'm MADREAMDY, I'm looking to start sapping all those orbs. That's a low HP Ciara, low HP Nana here. So TOPAV really needs to pump out damage with this Masha as quickly as possible or he's in trouble.
Yeah, Masha's able to get a couple procs here, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get a kill. We need Ciara to potentially get the additional turn here out of that silence, and that's not what's going to happen here. We've got Water Ryu with lots of additional damage. Taking up the Ciara. Ciara is going to get revived back. I don't know how MADREAMDY didn't kill that Nana there.
Don't know how he didn't kill that Nana there, but does remove that Nana from the field here, so TOPAV doesn't have the ability to get more orbs here, and that Ciara is going to be going down, so he does get sealed away here. That Masha is going to be going down, and I don't think this Juno is going to be able to take out this Moor.
I don't believe so either. We do have a skill 2 that can be available. It could be more poke damage going out onto that Masha. Does choose to use the skill 2, and Juno's able to heal a little bit from it.
TOPAV needs a lot of procs here, needs to pump out damage. Does get a proc on that Masha, and that's going to take away the Joga.
That's a really big kill there for the Masha before Masha was on her way out of there. We can see a nice Despair stun coming out of TOPAV. Doesn't matter. Able to proc out of that stun.
Sierra does have full attack board, but Sierra does go down. That's a lot of damage coming out from that water.
A lot of damage indeed, and there you have MADREAMDY taking round 3 away from TOPAV.
So in that match, I think TOPAV let MADREAMDY basically open on him, and that was a lot of damage coming out from MADREAMDY's side. I mean, if TOPAV was able to sustain himself, or be able to survive a little bit, he would have been in a good spot. But MADREAMDY just had such a great advantage. I mean, Pontos allows him to AoE cleave, do some AoE damage, and then have a skill 3 invincibility for 2 turns, and really makes it difficult for TOPAV to respond effectively.
Yeah, most definitely. That Pontos, excellent unit there. That Holy Ground able to protect his team from anything TOPAV was able to do. It really stinks when you just have to keep skill 1ing because you just can't get through any of that invincibility there. But let's see what happens. We're getting into a round 4 between TOPAV and MADREAMDY.
Yeah, and so pre-bans go out. We see MADREAMDY taking out the Yunhong. So interesting choice to take out that Yunhong there. MADREAMDY likely going to be taking the Masha first, but I could also see a world in which he goes Shizuka or Nana first, because TOPAV is less likely to take that Masha. But I really think Masha should be the right first pick here.
MADREAMDY with the first pick. Let's see what he takes away from TOPAV. Could be that Oliver, could be that Masha.
I think Masha's the right first pick because it prevents TOPAV from being able to go aggressive as much. Because TOPAV has 1 less unit to choose from. So I think that would be a better first pick here, to go with that Nana. I mean, MADREAMDY's taking his time here, but I think the choice is pretty clear. If he goes to turn 2, TOPAV is just going to be able to run Chung Pungs and things like that. Goes with the Moor, which is an interesting first pick.
It definitely goes with the Moor. That's a 24 speed lead he's locking in, potentially trying to take that turn 1 over TOPAV. TOPAV is going to be responding with that Masha and Chung Pung.
And that is a quick Chung Pung Masha laydown. That's a no-brainer. Masha is typically thought that Masha is countered by Water Ryu, but Water Ryu is actually pretty inconsistent of a unit here. That's why TOPAV's content to lay this down, because if Water Ryu does stun you, does strip you all the way, then so be it, right? It takes a lot of RNG for a Water Ryu to get everything on board. But MADREAMDY is going to go with a Juno and a Nana, so kind of passive units here. I think TOPAV is going to, if I were TOPAV, I would lean a little bit more damage heavy. You might see a Molong, you might see a little bit more AoE type comps here to be able to push that turn 1. Some Praha, Molong type of combination here.
Yeah, let's see what TOPAV is going to be locking in. No Yunhong available to his team. Can't put it out there. And we're going to have a Praha and Diana locked in from TOPAV.
Yeah, some more aggression coming from TOPAV. I mean, that's just perfect balance right now of aggression and healing and sustain here. So he kind of has a bit of everything. MADREAMDY has not really presented a turn 1 threat. So MADREAMDY is not going to be able to draft the Pontos here because it's countered by Praha, Diana, and the Chung Pung. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like an Taurus come out because there's a Diana. But he's kind of in a weird spot. I could see the Dark Onimusha. Goes with the Savannah, which is AoE, and then Dark Onimusha and Savannah. So lots of aggression there, but I think TOPAV has a little bit better of an opener if he chooses to ban the Moor. So I think the Moor would be the correct ban here if TOPAV brings in 1 more AoE. I mean, if he had a Wunsa, that would be great. If he had a Triton, that'd be okay. Some sort of AoE unit, an Eludia would be amazing.
Well, let's see what TOPAV is going to be drafting here in this last pick as he takes his timer all the way down, taking his time here. Sekhmet is going to be the unit TOPAV chooses to lock in.
So TOPAV laying in the Sekhmet to guarantee a turn 1 opening. Probably when he drafts a Sway, he could either let that Savannah through or ban the Savannah or ban the Moor. I think it's the 2 choices. And that's going to tell you what he's going to be resetting off the bat. So he does take out the Savannah. That presents the most volatility to him. So MADREAMDY's going to need to do a lot of work with this Moor. Otherwise, TOPAV is going to bring a lot of aggression back. So we'll see how this pans out, but that's what I think is going to start to kick us off.
Well, let's see what happens with this Water Ryu taking first turn, not pushing back the Sekhmet, who did not have immunity up here. And we're going to see this 3rd skill coming out, and TOPAV is looking for that reset.
Does reset the Nana, so that Nana's not going to be able to defense break. That's an absolutely massive Despair stun coming onto 2 units on TOPAV's side.
Huge despair stuns coming out from MADREAMDY and additional turns as well, dismounting the Mashma. But we do have a violent proc coming out of TOPAV. Serious Matter is going to be available to help reduce all the attack bars on MADREAMDY's side of the field.
And a much needed violent proc coming on the side of TOPAV's side. This is going to enable Praha to take a turn, and Praha is going to be able to heal the team here. This segment needs to land a lot of glancings and attack rates, and TOPAV is going to intend to survive this next turn though.
Oh, gets no value at a segment except the defense break sitting on top of that Dark Onimusha, and we've got Water Ryu more destroying Masha.
Water Ryu just doing so much damage. That Dark Onimusha did so much damage as well. I don't think TOPAV has enough to get through 3 orbs on the Nana side here. It's just too much, and there's not enough damage coming out from Changpeng here. I think MADREAMDY takes this 3-1.
Definitely going to be taking it 3-1. I don't see the damage coming through because Praha's going to be gone here, and it is a lonely Changpeng. Here comes the damage, and there you have it. MADREAMDY taking round 4 and moving forward in today's tournament.